Straight to 7-Eleven podcast.
It's the best things ever happened. I love this country. It's going to be fantastic for the future, and I love it.
Hello and welcome to the #1 rugby podcast that players are doing. Straight to 7-Eleven, your mother's favorite. Your dad hates us, but your brother and sister loves us.
Well,
we got.
What an intro.
All right, welcome. That was one hell of an intro.
I don't know why I do American accent.
I love it.
I feel like when you want to be extra, you got to do the American
I love it.
It
It's
also
so good.
worked in the poncho.
For people, I think you guys mostly know who we are. Myself, Carlo, Tizano.
Dylan, Travis, Peach.
Brandon, Alexander, Painga, Mossa, Dwayne Johnson.
And
Moana.
so basically, we're
Maui.
running a bit of a potty. And
This is plain.
when we
What do
start,
I have yellow for?
I don't know. I don't know why I got blue. Anyway.
Shit, bullshit.
So,
chocolate man. Beautiful. Oh my god.
all right. So, how we're going to start these off, I think, is when we train, we call something called prep to perform. So, we came up with the idea, more peachy. PTP, prep to podcast. So,
Prep to podcast.
Peachy, take us away.
Mate, so our little prep to podcast for the day is BPA, favourite cartoon crush and why?
For me, my favorite cartoon crush growing up was probably Kim Possible. I don't know, she just looked really good.
Got a ring.
And the little naked mole rat, I used to get jealous of him. He used to like crawl up inside like her like shirt and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you
That's
lucky
crazy,
bugger.
the naked mole rat.
No,
That's crazy.
Oh, jeez.
I got mine, Miss Incredible.
Oh, slim thick.
Miss
Oh,
Incredible,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
Miss
yes.
Incredible, yeah.
What's her name? Elastigirl.
Yeah, she is all time, I reckon.
And she had the mum look, you know, with the cut, the hair, you know.
No, she's all time. Okay, so let's explain, you lads, take us away. Why are we doing this potty? Like, where'd this come from? What's our vision?
Well, I think we just kind of just want to have a yarn and have foot. Like, there's not many people, many current players doing a potty, and like we'll break down games, have a bit of fun, answer questions. I know it's just a bit of fun, see how we go.
Essentially, the heart around this, I think, was to create a bit more noise around rugby in Australia. Obviously, rugby is a big game around the world, and we just want to create a bit more hype and around rugby in Australia, because rugby is the game that they play in heaven.
And also get like a little personable with, like, obviously we're players and we get some other boys in,
Yeah.
you know, you'll ask them questions and we like obviously got a fair bit of banter with them, so, you know, just get real personable with them blokes and you get you guys to, I suppose, realise that on the field is just one product and them as people is another.
And just seeing it all, you know, seeing different perspectives and seeing what guys do, as Peachy said, what guys do off the field and, you know, who they are, you know. Some are dads, some are not just, you know, annoying heads that you see on the field the whole time that are always angry.
I think, big thing for us is, and the Australian rugby community, I think they're desperate for behind the scenes content. Like in the vlog this year, like people commenting and saying all the time, like, oh, this is awesome. Like no one's really doing this. And I just think there's a real hunger for it. And there's like a little bit of a gap there of current players doing it. And like, I think our idea with this is like, you're not going to get, first of all, it's going to be raw and authentic. Like, we got no idea what we're doing right now. Like, we're wearing our Three Amigos kit. This is our Silly Sunday kit that we bought the other day.
Silly Sunday, what's that?
And we really want to, like, make this week to week, give you guys behind the scenes content of game weeks. Like, this is, so we just did our end of season review. So this is more of a review for the year and introduction to the podcast. Then moving forward, like, where we are involved, I think. So if we're involved with the Lions game against the Western Force, we're going to run a potty that week and give you guys a feel for what's happening that week and a bit of a lay of the land. So I think that's quite unique in a way. Definitely. I don't think that's really done. So
it is a very, rugby in Australia is a very unique sport to Australians. We travel quite a lot. Like, we do a spring tour at the end of the year with the Wallabies. We travel every second week for the Force, and we're in different countries all year round. And that's what makes us more unique than most other sports. So it'll be cool to give everybody out there, you guys essentially, just a look into see what it looks like when you're traveling to South Africa and the main hotspots that we hit for food over there when we're in Cape Town, or if we're in the UK or even in Argentina. Just a different insight on what it looks like to be a rugby player, because we do travel a lot, and that's the reality of rugby, you know. And I think that'll be cool.
Yeah,
We
I
think
just,
that'll be cool.
I just think like there's such a hunger for that, and like knowing what's doing behind the scenes, and like the only way people really get access to it is through the Wallaby socials, Western Force socials, or if someone's posting individually. That's why people got access to our lives this year was through the vlog, and this is like another way of people getting insight into what we're doing during the week, insight into other boys' lives, which I think would be really cool. So, look, I just want to let everyone know, like, this is going to be pretty raw. Like, we're currently in my living room. Noah has set us up completely. We're going to be in hotel rooms. We're going to be... I couldn't even tell you where we're going to be. We don't really know. There's no actual schedule for this, but we're going to try and do this every single game week we are together, and it's majority rules as well. So, like, let's say 2 of us are in Perth and not with the Wallabies, and one person's with the Wallabies. We're going to film the potty here, maybe get one of the Force boys on and get a little check-in from the bloke that is in Wallabies, and vice versa. So we're going to try and get content out to you as much as we can. It's not going to be every single week, you know what's coming, but for a game week, be ready that a potty is going to drop.
We're also not crazy experienced in potty. Well, we are. I feel like Carlo, every second post is on a different podcast. So I feel like he's probably the driver of this, where we're just kind of a bit more chill. We don't really know what's going on.
We're along for the ride.
We're just here, and Carlo's facilitating a podcast, and we're just here for the ride.
And that's why I run the barbecue as well, the alpha. That's why I'm the alpha male.
Yeah, the alpha.
Self-proclaimed. Self-proclaimed.
And to actually...
Well done.
I've got the alpha chair just on.
Yeah, you do. You
That's
got the alpha pose,
Yeah.
I know what you're probably thinking with the beard.
Shave.
And actually probably links in well to our little giveaway we're doing. So this is a podcast for the people by
FTP
players. So what we're going to do is we came with the idea, and shout out to Speechy, not Speechy. Peachy's sponsor. Peachy's sponsor. He's ASICS. So basically, we're going to do a little giveaway for... So we need a logo. As you can see on our Instagram, our logo is average.
Created by me in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is very average. So what we want to do is we're going to do a giveaway. Whoever makes the best logo is going to get a pair of ASICS, whatever they want.
Whatever you want.
You send me a photo, or send us a photo of what you want, and you'll get it.
So we'll chuck up our email, and you send the logos to that email, and then we'll select from there. And the next potty, we'll put that live, and you're going to get a pair of ASICS, whatever you want. So if I was you, I would choose most expensive because he's paying. But yeah, I think that's going to be pretty cool. Like, we want this to be run by the people. We want a big influence from you guys, because at the end of the day, we're doing this for you
guys.
It's also crazy that the person with the least amount of money is paying. So just want to put it out there. We've obviously got re-signing. We've got $1 Million Man over here. And then there's just me.
That's
I'm just
a lie.
existing. Yeah. So, you know, I am for the people.
You are.
I'm for the people, because this is going out of my bank account. Out of my rent. I've got to feed my cats, man.
Just race for the rest of the month.
Yeah, jeez.
All right, so next segment, I actually really like this one. So it's called the Peachy What Do. So this is gonna be run by Peachy, and it's just Peachy. Peachy is the type of guy. He's always checking in, seeing how you going. He's a really cool, chill guy.
Very chill.
So and he always asks you. He always messages you, be like, "What do?" He wouldn't say, "Hey bro, how you going?" It's just he just messages you saying, "What do?" So this little segment, the Peachy What Do. Take us away, bro.
Well, I just think anyone knows any black fellas out there, that's literally probably every first word they say is "what do, uncle?" or something like that. So that's just my expressions. But so my segment I thought was, because we're going to come in throughout the week, we'll break down the week, and I thought I'd create a segment. It's what do, what do for the week? What have you been doing? What's happening? What's happening in the world maybe? But between these two, what are they doing? So BPA, what do?
Brother, nothing much. Been a week off. I've had my sister here, which has been a blessing. My sister, she's had
newest swallower as well.
Yeah, she's had the
Can
privilege to be able to represent Australia with the women's, and she's done a fairly good job. I'd say I'm really proud of her. She's following in the footsteps of her big brother. Someone had to pave the way.
She doesn't have the waddle though.
She doesn't have the waddle.
Yeah,
so we did a running session.
Your daughters do.
My daughters definitely have the waddle. We did some recording of that later. But no, my sister's doing really well. We did a session this morning, and she actually outran me. I was off today, but I've got one Achilles, so as expected. So yeah, just been dad mode this last week. We've had the week off, obviously, and I've just been hanging out with family, doing the most with my daughters, doing the most with my wife, trying to make her happy, because we all know, all those married guys out there, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
It's true.
Carlo.
Sometimes.
Sometimes maybe good.
Sometimes maybe. No.
Well, we need to get this done before Emma gets home, but we know what's happening tonight.
We do know.
Yeah, this is actually one of the biggest what do's in what do history.
Yes.
In the first
in
ed.
the first episode. That's crazy. So basically,
And Carlo's not going to record it.
So this girl says before Emma gets home, we got the Nathan Sharp Awards tonight, and the one thing Emma says to me, when you propose to me, make sure I look hot. And I thought, what an occasion to do it. And also, I'm very tight with my money. Shout out to V Squared.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so I'm not tight, but I'm aware. So free engagement party as well at the Nathan Sharp, free booze, get to celebrate all her friends. And Emma I can just know Emma very well. She would love showing the ring off to the girls, first of all. And second of all, she's going to look like an absolute glamour tonight. She's going to be in this beautiful blue dress, hair done, makeup done. She looks beautiful all the time. But
especially
doghouse front loading, but especially tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to propose in the living room. I've already booked Crown Hotel tonight. I called up her.
What are you guys going to do there?
I called up.
movies. Talk about the look.
I called up the family she works with as well. So I called up the family and just let them know that Emma will not be working tomorrow, but act like she is. And then got the ring ready. Got designed by one of our friends as well, which is pretty cool. Got one of the Waratahs boys to bring it over. So everything's aligned. We have gone to your house afterwards, which is going to be cool. So basically going to do it here, then go to Beeps' house.
Have a little congratulations there.
Big surprise. My
Bit of
parents are going to be
whiskey.
there as well.
Yep. Today is the day.
Emma's got no idea, but I've actually...
Love the city. Love the city.
I love Emma.
I love you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Win.
It's a great occasion for us tonight. It's fantastic to see Carlo succeeding in such a beautiful outcome. The biggest thing that he's done this year is nothing to do with rugby. Is that this beautiful woman is now recognized as
The biggest thing is going to be, I think... Yeah, she knows there's a ring, but she doesn't know when it's coming, and I've front loaded very well. Just keep dropping. Remember when we were down south and when we were at Chambray State, and they said, oh, and apparently there's a wedding or proposal happening soon.
Oh, that was all time.
So that set things up really well. So like obviously I was thinking of doing it down south. And then, so she gave it away and was like, oh my God, you proposed to me? Like this trip? I'm like, no. We're going to come down another time.
I thought I saved you then pretty well.
You did save me. You can explain how you did it.
All right. So the goes, there's going to be someone's getting married here, a proposal, and I'm getting married on I'm getting married next year this time. Jan 10th next year. Save the date. But and then I was like, I knew what was going to happen. So I was like, you must be talking about me and Ella, because these two would never. And I just like and then that lady started wigging, bro. She's just like, I was like, no, don't worry.
Yeah.
And then Emma came up to me after. She's like, is he going to propose? I'm like, bro, he can't afford that. What do you mean? He's too tight with his money.
So all time saved. But what I've been doing is I've been saying to Ems, like, Ems, next week from Wednesday, Friday, we're going down south. I've already booked accommodation. Like, you don't ask questions, but like, this is what's happening. And Emma loves hotels as well. She's like, baby, let me see where we're staying. But I've been letting her know, no, just trust me on this one. Yeah. I've broken the bank.
How
but
good.
we're staying at Crown Towers tonight. She has no idea. I'm going to do it. She's going to love it, hopefully. But called her old man as well. I called her, let's hope she does. Called the old man as well. He was pretty stoked. Told her best friend. So everything's aligned. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's exciting, bro.
I've visualized it. I've done my mind gym.
You did mind gym?
Yeah, I've done my mind gym. So
with no distractions.
Yeah.
Like when I do my visualization, like I don't care if he's on YouTube or something, but as soon as he's doing his, it's just absolute silence.
Yeah.
In the room, like you cannot speak, you cannot breathe. You're just like, oh my God, you're gonna mess up my play.
Yeah, no, I have to kick the boys out. I tell when I room with Brand, I'm like, oh bro, I need the room. This is mind gym is my visualization I do night before a game. Like, bro, I need the room. I'm like, for an hour.
That's what he says. He says he needs to move for mind gym, but he's actually doing something else.
He's mind gymming something else.
That's what doing today. And this week I've had a massive flood in my house. So pipe burst behind the walls. So I've had no water for 3 days. I had no water.
That's why you stink.
Yeah, literally.
Can you give us a little run through, bro, of what you're gonna say right now? Can you look into the camera and give us a little warm up?
Oh yeah.
Can you actually get on your knee right now? Get on your knee and just hold the mic
Bro,
and just keep
I
it
have
like there,
have
like
it
your
on video.
Eminem, and just go say it.
Bro, I have it on video. I practiced it. I set the camera to see if it's the right angle. I practiced and I fell over.
Well, one more practice.
But actually, I will say one of like the biggest thing when you propose is you have to have great posture.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things. I personally, I know.
Should I
have
get the
great
ring?
Posture.
Should I get the ring?
No, we don't want to see it.
No, we don't say
It
it.
is a lovely ring though.
Yeah, he's saying
ring.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, money bags.
So yeah.
saying?
What are you gonna say? Come on, bro.
What are you gonna say, bro?
Okay, so what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be like, so Emma's gonna be like, fit check, camera there. Yep, I obviously look hot. Shout out to MJ Bale.
I'm looking good.
Yeah, and then but chest V of hair running from a chest pew
Down to my ball. Anyway,
if you know, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be camera set up. I'm vlogging the whole thing, and then Emma's obviously gonna ask me, "How do you reckon I look?" I'm like, "Holy, you look unbelievable," but it's missing something. Then whip it out.
That's so Emma as well.
And then how are you gonna
Yeah.
go? Are you gonna slowly get down on one knee and be like, whip it
Well,
out,
I'm not too sure. And I actually love your opinions on this because you've both experienced it. I kind of wanted to look away and then I'll whip it out, so it's like unexpected, or
Maybe-
just do it, or just do it in front of it. Like, oh, it's missing something, and then just get down on the knee and whip it out. I'm not gonna have it in a box though, because the box is too big. It's just gonna stay in my pocket.
Fair. Maybe what you could do is you could be like, babe, just turn around. I gotta fix the back or your zipper or whatever on her dress.
True.
Maybe like you got something sticking out.
No, I think
turn
it's
around, turn around.
strapless though. I think it's strapless.
Well, then just turn around. Just be like, let me fix your hair. You gotta let me fix your hair. Let me turn around, and then right there and then, boom, one knee. She'll turn around. She'll be like, "What are you talking about, handsome?" And then boom,
That is
You're a romantic,
genius.
yeah.
He's a romantic. He's a romantic guy,
I've got
Brandon.
2 kids for a reason, bro.
That's it. Nah, so
Just
that's
love it, love
that's what
it.
we'll do. The
Coming.
leak this week though. Oh, Emma's been pushed to the limit. She's been so not angry at me, but just like grumpy at the situation. Like she wants to shower. We have to go into HQ to shower. There's been as soon as we turn the water on, leaking. We've had no dishes, anything. Like it's been crazy. So I've just been like, it's okay, whatever you want to do. Like drive around everywhere, like trying to stay out the doghouse.
It's also just in terms of the showering situation. I offered to Carlo. I was like, mate, you can come shower at my house.
I said that too.
He said it too, but Carlo does not want to shower at my house because many of you would have seen my apartment. It's pretty dodgy, and he knows he's too good to shower in my shower. And I think that is disrespectful.
I heard it.
No,
I heard
that's
too.
twisting that. You know,
I heard you say that in my brain.
I don't like invading in people's space because, like, I'm the same. You know, this is my space. This is my safe place. You know,
It's my inner sanctum.
yeah. I
Don't
don't
you dare lie to me.
Yeah, I'm being serious. I don't want to invade, and like, I just feel like I just hate being that guy. You know. But anyway, we'll move on.
What are you saying?
What do you mean? You
What am I saying?
always best man. I was just like, wait, what?
I really try to get out.
Yeah.
What am I going to say? Okay, I'm going to say, obviously, turn around. The hair thing's great, and then I'm gonna be like,
No, we need to act it out.
Jesus.
Like I don't want an explanation. I want
wanna-
to be able to
Yeah.
say yes.
Like,
I want to sit there and go,
like
yeah,
right now.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, fix your hair, and then shoot.
You gotta
then
face the
turn around.
camera. Face the camera.
Fix your hair, and then.
That's Emma.
Okay,
That's Emma right there.
Oh,
Oh my
Emma, turn
days, I
around,
feel
fix
sorry
your
for the
fix your
viewers.
hair. Then I go, Emma, you're the love of my life. You're my best friend. Will you marry me?
Is that all you're gonna say?
Bro, I need a bit more
By the way, there is-
passion. Also, I think you need this up a bit like that.
My
yeah.
ankle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mate, I've been in moon boot this week as well. Surely that's good. This is short, sharp, to the point.
No, I want
Nah.
you to properly say it like
No,
she's
bro,
there,
trust
bro.
me. She's there.
You wanna hold
the
it?
love of your
You
life.
wanna please?
I can't do it. I can't do it. No drinks. Can't do it. Anyway, so that's what's going to be done. Short and sharp. Like, I don't need this massive monologue.
There's nothing wrong with anything that's short and sharp.
Just like
Speaking from
just like
experience.
Carlo.
I heard from me.
Yeah. All right. We'll move on because we could talk all day. So that's what's doing this week. Thank you, PG.
It's a great segment.
Great segment.
Hopefully
now-
I can contribute later on.
Now let's talk about this. Is going to be a tough one. We just did an end of season review, and
Yeah.
I nearly started crying.
You did cry.
Yeah,
I had to do the Hulk thing, like, oh, the sun's coming down.
Sun's getting really low, big guy.
Sun's getting real low,
The
big guy.
passion I have for the sea of blue. The passion.
He was actually turning green, believe
That's
it or not.
why my microphone
and he
is
actually
blue.
grew like 5 inches, which made him then he went from like 5 foot to like 5'5".
He's 5'5".
5'8". But yeah. So end of season review, lads. Talk to me. I'd love to hear the highlight because we want to start on a positive, the low light, and also funniest moment.
You go first, bro.
Me, okay. Highlight was for me was winning my first game for the Force, and that was against the Brumbies. I came on the field not early. I came probably around where front rowers usually come on, around the 50th minute, I think, against the Brums. I think I highly rate the Brumbies. They're a very, very good team. They've always been a strong franchise in Australian rugby, and I had the privilege. I've had the privilege to win there before, and it was honestly one of the highlights of my career was winning there because it's such a tough place to win, and that game was the highlight of my season was winning there. Yeah,
I would second that, but I'll just say something different because that is a highlight. But also seeing Choppy against Moana, was my first game for the Force. I come on, and then Choppy Donaldson.
Sick try, by the way, off the scrum.
Oh yes,
thanks, man. But then Choppy Donaldson. Was it 80-something minute?
83rd minute, some absolute short king came in through an absolute seed to Dono.
Passed the ball to Dono.
Absolute seed.
Average pass.
And it was actually behind his shoulder.
We would get the clip up, and it's an absolute seed.
And he had 1 foot at the time too. He had a rolled ankle.
He had a rolled ankle.
So he basically knew exactly what it feels like to be me.
He's one of the ballers.
But he actually ran fast.
And he actually moved. Yeah, he's one of the ballers, and I was running in behind him. And I was so stoked. He's got the hand up, put it down. I've kicked the ball, just stoked. And then I've realised that you need that ball because they've changed the rule that you have to have 60 seconds. So I've kicked the ball, gone, oh no! And just run trying to get the ball. And then Dono's picked it up and then slotted it. But I was pretty scared for a bit there because he didn't have long to kick that kick. And I would have lost the game.
Apparently, you took your shirt off too after he scored. I heard that. Took the shirt off, waved it around.
Oh, well. So the shirts or shorts? I'm not sure which one.
You were eater.
Got naked.
I got naked on the field.
My highlight, and it's actually in that Brumbies game. It's just sad that my highlight was so long ago. It'd be nice to get
round 2.
Yeah, round 2. But my highlight was the 3 amigos linking up for that Dylan Peach try, dude.
Yeah,
that was sick, man. Bang, rip. Past the Beeps. Beeps actually looked kind of fast there. Round 2.
I had to catch up.
And then it was funny as well during that week. Like, I just remember like the coaches getting into you about how you ran that play, and I was like, and you would like getting upset about it. I was like, dude, trust me, you know what you're doing. We've run this play so many times.
They had the nerve, bro. Yeah. You need to run it fast. You need to be quick.
You
need to square up. And I was like, brother, I know how to run this play.
Yeah, and then set up perfectly. Like, believe it or not, like Beeps is like, I hate turning your horn because you get a massive head, and he already has a big head. Is that he is a footy player, man. Like, he'll pick the right option when the option's on. You don't have to call to him. He'll just pick it. So like, that was sick. And then the 3 amigos, bang, 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 7-2 to 11 when we're on the Straight to 7-11 podcast.
Straight to 7-11 podcast.
So he doesn't have to do anything. He just has to walk and put the ball down.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I reckon that was my highlight. But, okay, now the bit of the grim stuff, the low light.
I think the nail on the coffin for me was losing that Waratahs game. That was especially going into overtime. I wanted to be a part of the team that gave this city something to celebrate. I understand it was our last game. Love the city, love this country. It was our last game, and I just would have loved to have topped it off with a win. But as they say, sometimes may be good, and it's just the reality of sport. And sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way. So I'd say that was my low light.
Man, we got the same thing, but I would say my low light, not as a team perspective, but as myself, was I was injured so much this year, and I'm never really injured. I've always had like little niggles, but never really been injured. So that really tested my. I suppose my low light was like not being able to influence the boys as much as I wanted to. Like, I really wanted to come out west and really make my mark, and because I love these boys, I love everything we as a group we stand for. So I really wanted to influence as much as I could, and I couldn't do that, which is really stressful. But then I feel like I'm better for that, which is good. But yeah, that's definitely a low light.
Yeah, I'll probably say that the Chiefs game was pretty. I think that was a tough one. We just got absolutely dominated. We started off pretty good as well. So
really good stuff.
Yeah, we just got dominated all around the park, and it was just that was a tough pill to swallow. And then we won a 6-day turnaround as well, so just hurt it even. Hurt it even more, and then into Eden Park. But yeah, that wasn't great. But on to something a bit more positive. Funniest moment of the year.
Rugby wise.
Anything.
Oh my.
Anything. I can start off. I'll start off. My funniest moment. Nick DeCrepney is so funny in my opinion. Hilarious. Like, I find him hilarious. Like,
that's my G.
Yeah, he's my boy. and I was vlogging in the rooms, and I'm not sure if I'll put this up for you guys. This is more just for the boys only, but him celebrating the win after Brumbies was so funny, man. You just see his personality fully come up, and it was all time. You've seen the video, right? You've seen it of him going crazy in the sheds. I'll show you after. It's so funny. Not many people have seen it, but that was my highlight. That was my funniest moment, I reckon.
Yeah, I love him, mate. Like on the field, you'd see him as like this angry guy, but he's one of the funniest guys you'll meet. He's a
good dude as well. Genuine dude, bro.
Good man, eh? Yeah. Good man.
I don't even know I'm trying to think.
There's so many funny.
So many cover moments.
Times, yeah. I was literally gonna go to a cover moment.
Yeah.
So we enjoy, some of us. I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, we enjoy having a good carver session. Usually after our big day, which is Tuesday. If we had a Saturday game, Tuesday would be our big day, and then would roll into the Wednesday day off. So we usually we have like a little carver crew. And just the yarns at that carver crew are just hilarious. Just the things we talk about. We play a lot of card games, Up the Creek, Mafia. I think one of the funniest for me, though, was a moment, I don't want to go into too much detail, was when we were in Christchurch. And we were just playing Up the Creek. So we're in Auckland. No, we're in Tauranga, sorry. And we're playing Up the Creek. There was a silent round, and just the amount of times boys were making noise, laughing. It was hilarious. And I'd say, yeah, Up the Creek, by the way, is just a game that I'd say most rugby players know. It's like the go-to game. If you want to learn, I don't know.
Link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description of how to play Up the Creek. But yeah, there's no specific moment, but I'll just say the carver yarns and cards on the trips were honestly the best.
Yeah, I'd say the exact same. Like this guy, like if you know Mafia, there's a narrator, and this guy as a narrator is one of the funniest things in the world. Comes up with all these deaths, and like it's so funny. And some of the boys are just like, some of their theories on who killed who is actually just ridiculous. And you're just like, it was I talked to him, I talked to me, and the pathlon.
But it's not me. I'm not the Mafia, because I spoke to him. It's not him. I spoke to him. It's not him. I spoke to him. It's not him. I spoke to me. It's not me.
And we're just like, wait, what? Speak to yourself, brother.
This guy narrating me is so funny, bro. He'd be like, if I get killed in Mafia, he'd be like, Beeps would be narrating. He's like, and the Mafia took one look at Carlo's height and said, no, you're too short. So he died.
I'll take him on a journey. I'll be like, there was unfortunately a death at Willy Wonka's factory. One of the Oompa Loompas unfortunately was killed. And this Oompa Loompa just so happened to be so short that he ran into like a curb. And then, ends up being Carlo.
God, it's so cracker, bro.
That didn't,
That's pissed off.
I was going to end up telling that story, but it's crap.
I was like, I was going somewhere. Here's a word from our sponsor, V Squared Advisory. V Squared Advisory is a boutique chartered accounting company that serves the sporting community, including athletes and small businesses within Australia. For me personally, they've been looking after my commercial affairs, Beeps, and Peaches for a number of years, helping us with our tax, property portfolios, and any other business interests we have. With tax time coming up, it is the perfect time to get in touch. Make sure you reach out to them at V Squared Advisory on Instagram. This one, toughest competitor you came across in this during the whole season? For me, like when you were up against him, maybe head to head, or just someone on the field, you were like, holy, this guy is just chopping us up.
But honestly, for me, my toughest competitor this season was my Achilles. Honestly. Bro, my Achilles
I actually read that. I read that.
Yeah, like if the boys know, like honestly, every single day I'm coming in, hobbling in, boys are like, brother, you all good? How's your Achilles? And I'm just like, bro, same-ish, different day. So for me, obviously, I missed a lot of the season because of my dodgy Achilles. I'd say for me, that was my toughest competitor.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say Kyron, he was a beast this year, the Moana winger. He was an absolute freak. I only played against him for like 20 minutes, but I played against him last year as well. And I understand what the hype is this year, but last year he was so good as well. And then when people are like surprised by him, I was like, man, he's doing this exact same thing last year. Like he's a freak. He's just smooth, natural. Got the meanest fend. Like when you try to go into a tackle and then you just go like get pumped just from this little fend, and you think he's not like the most built guy, but he's just so strong and balanced. But it's actually really hard to play against or defend against.
Yeah, he's been a real. I think he's like 22, 23.
Young.
Yeah, he's young as. But last year, bro, he was mad. He's played fullback a couple games.
Funny you mentioned him. I actually saw clips of him on Insta this morning of him at the World Cup.
Yeah, for Tonga.
Scored a sick try.
Gun, bro, yeah.
He's been killing it.
He's been killing it, bro.
Yeah, he's a bloody good player.
It's good to see him get noticed.
Not so much in our game. It was a little bit quiet. It was first game of the year, but Artie Severe in general, like what he's done, bro, what he's done with Moana, like they weren't selling any tickets, man, like last couple of years, and then he comes in and he's literally just changed the game, bro. In my opinion, like for them, like it's so cool to see, and like they're selling out games. They beat the Blues at home as well. Like moments, I just love it. I think it's so good for rugby, 100%. And just seeing some stuff he's doing, he's just an absolute cheat code, dude. He's like chipping over, getting these tries, like getting those clutch pilfers. It's so cool to see a guy like that killing it, and then what he's done for that club as well. 100%. Like, dude, they're in finals contention. It's like, crazy, I love to see. I think them doing well is going to be really good for the game, especially Super Rugby. Big shout to him. I think he's been awesome this year.
I agree, bro. And with that, bro, like, yes, of course, like the Moana team have really done something special, bro. Come together as a squad. But I think it's just his influence coming in as captain. And just it's what you said, bro. It's just he's honestly been such a good thing for the Moana Pacifica franchise.
I think one of the best things too is like he was so heavily criticised for that move as well, and then for him to come in and have that influence and do what he's done is even better to, like, I suppose, show people that, you know, you're an idiot to your genius, really, and then you kind of got to back yourself and back your abilities, because he's done that and he's changed it so much. It doesn't really matter what the media in that say, because half of them don't know what they're saying anyway.
Like, it's actually so cool,
bro. It's changed the game, bro. 100%. And then I also want to say is that Moana song is sick, bro. Like, I love it.
Almost
like,
as good as See Blue.
I reckon our song is bloody good. Like, what you did with our song, it
was the Pets.
You and Pets was so. I love it. Pets. Like, you guys did such a good job. But like, bro, it pops off on Instagram and TikTok and all that. Like, bro, they're getting some awesome engagement with that song, like breaking the bin, and then the girls. I think the girls delivered them a bin as well, like stuff like that. Their social game is good. Shout out to one. I love what they're doing.
He's a beast.
Then tonight we got the awards. So, what do you reckon, Nathan Sharp predictor?
Mate, honestly,
there's some contenders this year. I know
there's four.
Who's the contenders?
No, like, we don't know them, but there's 4 boys that could win it from last game. Honestly? So it's that tight that there's 4 people.
Honestly, I'm gonna be a front row here, and I'm gonna throw my guy Throb. He's played every single game, and he's played well. Like, he's been, and he had a year off too. Like, he went overseas, studied, had
come off an ACL as well.
Come off the back of an ACL, and he's just put together a year like that, bro. Like, unreal. Yeah. Like, backed up every single week, big minutes. Got a tight head against the draw. And he literally hadn't trained at Loosehead the whole year. Just comes on, covered at Loosehead, and got a tight head like that, the way he did it. Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's definitely up there and as a front row.
He also got a tight head against the Brumbies, which I was on the side of the scrum. So, I just think that's a big thing. But, yeah, mine
down
will be...
Down to 13 or 14 man as well.
Down to 13, 14 man. Dill Peach comes on the side. Been there before.
Heavy left shoulder. Oh, you're right shoulder.
Right. Yeah, I was right shoulder. I didn't move much, but I'd say Throb again. I think he's been a beast. 80 minutes. It's just hard to tell, because then there's so many people. Like, say, Potts,
Darcy's
been a freak every week.
Carlo's been solid.
Krebs.
There's been some. I think that's the saddest thing about this year is that, like, we've had so many awesome individual performances. Like, seeing Darcy come from the Brumbies and dominate, mate, and just the way he runs a line out. Like, I don't think you guys really understand how good he is at that. Like, it's such a calming voice. 100%. And there's a reason why, like, this year, the Western Force 4-pack, we only had 1 maul try scored against us. We scored a heap of maul tries, and even our line out D as well, outfield, like, we're stealing a lot of pill. Like, that's credit to him and Jeremy. Like, they've done such a good job. So, like, those are the little things I think I noticed as well. So, it's just so disappointing this year that we're in contention for a wooden spoon after results this weekend, but it just doesn't feel like we're a wooden spoon team. And I think that's the saddest thing. We had a review today, and hopefully things, happen from that, and I think that we got a lot out of it, and I know I left that room with a massive burden off my back. Like, I feel like I got everything out. I feel like you boys did as well, but it's going to be interesting to see how things go in the future. And
who do you think
are you going to vote yourself?
You can't vote yourself.
No. I said Das.
All right, Das. Also,
you don't mean it.
But yeah,
Darcy Trezano.
I do mean it. I genuinely do mean it. I love playing with Darcy. He's
Yeah,
like
Darcy's
program,
bro.
and off the field as well. He's one of the
man.
all-time greats. He's
sergeant.
such a good man. And his nickname is, and we want this to stick, old Swanel Beads. So he hates that nickname. So we want that to stick. So let's when
You've got a few anal bead names, bro. You got a bit of a fetish. The anal beads as
No,
well.
that's
Like,
Finney
what
came
is
up
it?
with that. Dane Sawyer's the guy in the academy. Finney came up. Finney
Oh,
is so
yeah.
good with nicknames. And then
Finney
we put
is
on to
good with
Swaney and Swaney
What is
hates
anal
it.
beads?
yeah, what is that?
Never
Can you
heard of-
please
never heard
describe
of
it?
it.
No,
What
we're
is
not
that?
describing that.
Also, actually,
Don't knock it till you try it. Wait, what?
we've actually Western Force. I think they did stats for the 80 professional clubs or whatever, and we got the best line out more in the world.
Really?
Yeah, number one.
Must be the guy that.
That's
hits it
according
harder.
to Chrissy Dawn at Raw, not Dylan Peach. So
Yeah, and you never know.
do not fact check me.
Okay, we'll move on. End of season review. I nearly started crying today at one point, so I don't want to start crying again. This is a nice little segment, I reckon. And this is over to you, Brandon. A daddy chill, because you know Brandon's a very, very passionate father. He's a great father. I've seen him at his work. My papacito. Talk to us, bro. What's your father moment of the week? Daddy chill.
Father moment of the week.
Or advice, whatever you want.
So I've got two daughters. My eldest is about to be 3. Her name's Sarai, and my youngest, I think she's 14 months now. Her name's Mireya, and Mireya started walking about a couple of weeks ago. She's a bit of a late bloomer when it comes to walking.
She waddles as well.
Yeah, she waddles.
she waddles.
Anyway, she's hilarious, bro.
Bree's like you.
Bree's like me when I'm over the board. Ref. Anyways, yeah, there's been so many moments with her and her sister, just playing with each other, and then Mireya will just push Sarai, and then Mireya will start running, but because she's so slow, because she's just started to walk, Sarai will just go and push her, and then she'll go flying. She's also doing this thing right now where she like scrunches her face. She'll go this. Basically what I do on the field most of the time because I've taken so much caffeine.
True.
So it's the best. My youngest Mireya, she's just watching her grow, and mate, that 0 to 12 month, it happens so fast. Happens so fast, and you just literally just enjoy it. And that's why honestly I've chosen to be off social media, and I always harp on about it. So yeah, me and my wife, we only jump on here and there. So if I don't respond, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's because
I must say, you and Rena are great parents. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch you guys do that.
Thanks, bro. I think it's just being intentional, bro.
They're
honestly.
his daughters, I must say as well,
The
are
beast.
the cutest kids you ever see. Like
Thanks, bro.
it is so cute. I can't even get over it. Like it makes me so clucky. So Emma, if you're watching this.
So that's my daddy chillers,
I lo-
watching my youngest bully my oldest. But that's usually how it is.
I've seen it firsthand. It's
It's
actually really funny. Like
Yeah.
remember when she
Yeah, it's
stole the
cracker.
block and
Oh,
started running
right,
off?
yeah.
It's
That's
fun.
crawling away.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. All right, now what's next for us? What's next?
What's next? I don't know. I suppose.
Wallabies. We got the camp. We got the camp. So we got the camp coming up. Us three were selected. There's 14 boys from the force. So they're actually going to do just force players only in Perth, which is cool. Like I don't think we've ever had. I think we really had like a Wallabies camp here before. So we don't have to do the travel, which is nice. Then we're back to force training on the 15th. So we got a couple weeks off. But yeah, from there, like, what's our schedule looking like? We got Wallaby squad being announced soon.
Yeah.
The Wallabies, Lions, Force, Fiji with Wallabies. Like, there's a bit things coming up. Like, what are you guys looking forward to? What do you think? Yeah, next period's gonna look like.
So basically, the only thing that's guaranteed is this. Well, we've just had 1 week off. We've got next week off as well, and the week after we have those two training days as the Western Force Wallaby hub. After that, it's very it's unknown for us when it comes to rugby, what it looks like, because there's also selections for the Wallabies. If we get selected, or whoever gets selected will go most likely fly to the East Coast and start training, prepping for the 3 British and Irish Lions game, and then from there it's a totally different schedule, because then we're going straight into the TRC against the South Africa.
It's literally straight away, straight into that.
That's basically straight away. So then that'll look like a totally different schedule. And then for those that aren't a part of the Wallabies, they essentially
Super A this year.
Super A this year. So
It's like NRC.
Similar to NRC or
Which I think is
NPC.
awesome. I think it's awesome to bring through. Start
definitely
guys
needed.
get a lot of game time. It's
Yeah.
needed. It's what we needed for a while. So I'm excited for that as well.
It's definitely needed, which is cool because if there was nothing like that, then the boys will have a big chunk off of not playing footy. So that's what it'll look like. It'll look like playing against the British and Irish Lions at Optus Stadium for the Force, and then straight is it Optus?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then straight from there it'll go into Super A, and then after that, basically preseason heading into
Look at spring tour.
I must
Also
say the thing with Australian rugby is that, like, with the Super A coming, it's awesome, I think. But besides that, last couple of years since NRC got canned, like, you play Super Rugby season, which is like 14, 15 games if you don't play finals, and that's been the case for us. And then from there, we got 3-4 games of spring series against like the teams that your club has to organise. So it's like, if your club hasn't organised anything, you're not playing enough footy, and that's
like
how
6
you
months.
get better.
Yeah.
And the toughest thing about being here is that, like, the club footy comp isn't great. So a lot of boys go over east to play in the Shoot Shield and stuff, but then we're not getting to train as a team as well here, and then also it's taken away the quality of club rugby here, and a lot of the clubs get upset about that because they're missing out on, having professional players around. It makes a massive difference at club rugby level
100%.
and helps a lot with, picking up on things that the coaches don't. So, like, it's really hard dynamic, and I'm so happy to see that Super A comp, because, like, there's a lot of guys in our academy and our guys and our fringe guys as well who, like, if they got a crack this year, I 100% know for a fact they would have killed it.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be cool to see them come through.
How does the Super A comp work? Like, do we know teams? Because I have no idea.
I think it's just Super Rugby. I think it's just Super Rugby clubs
It's
versus
like
each
the
other.
old one, like what they did before
AU.
during COVID.
Like
yeah.
Brummy Runners and all that? Or
No. I think it's like, do you know how we did the
We should
Super
just
Rugby
create a
AU
good
and Reds
like
One?
a club comp, man. I'll be mad.
Yeah.
I've got my thoughts on that, but that's just
Yeah, I reckon we'll get into that another time.
Yeah, another time,
I'm not
not
sure if
now,
we're running
yeah.
over time or not. This is, as we said before, this is raw, authentic, and we got no idea what we're doing. But what's your week going to look like next 2 weeks?
Well, my fiance flew in last night. Flight delayed. Got here at 2 a.m. Gun. But I don't know. Like, I'm just cruising. I don't really know plans too far in the future. I'm trying to really focus on.
Just stay in the present.
Yeah,
Stay in the
genuine.
present,
Like, I've in the past thought about way too much in terms of, I'd be thinking about spring tour at the end of the year rather than what I'm doing now. So, like, at the moment, just trying to get my body, keeping my body up, because I had 7 weeks off, so I don't really care about a bye week and having those weeks off. So just consistently training, and then going into that Wallabies wider camp, and then hopefully train well, then go into the Wallabies. So at the moment, just trying to, just train because I haven't been able to, and then just keep doing my body, get my body right, and mentally being switched on for hopefully being on a Lions tour.
Yeah, love that. What am I doing? I'm literally I'm rehabbing an ankle. I had my ankle in the last game, which has been annoying, so I'm going to be rehabbing that a bit. I was in a boot this week, out of it now. Still a little bit sore, but
You know why he got injured? It's because he made fun of my ankles.
yeah.
So
it's karma.
notes.
That's
notes. And
Don't,
you know what?
Don't say dumb shit out loud.
Yeah, no. Hey,
So don't say dumb shit out loud. That's one of the Maisie at the Wallabies would say.
it's true.
It's like you can think it, but just don't say it because it's genuinely going to happen.
I made fun of Carlo's calf because he was talking about how tight his calf was before the Hurricanes game. I made literally that day when we were strapping, I started making fun of him. I was like, "Oh, my calf!" And what happens?
It's actually true.
I
That
did
actually
my calf
happened
for 7 weeks.
That actually happened.
So note for guys out there that play rugby, don't make fun of our boys. It might be banter and all, but I'm telling you right now, don't say dumb-ish out loud because it usually always comes back.
Love that. So now we're moving into our fan questions.
Oh,
To be honest, yeah, actually, a fair few people got back to us, so I kind of love
The fair
that.
few, 5 of them.
I'll pick. So I'll pick one. We'll answer it, and then you pick one. Or so like I said, we got no
Got
idea.
a few there.
Right, we got heaps, dude.
Because I'm currently with BPA. I'm off socials at the moment. I'll just go on there if I have to reply to messages if I know.
Yeah.
So I didn't see all this.
Okay, I'll do this
my
one. This is a good one. So, Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Said Stephen, my boy. Best tips to stay out of the doghouse. So that's my specialty. But I'll start. Mine will be quick. Know your subject. So I know. You got to know your subject. So I know Emma back to front. I know all her mannerisms, all things she loves, all things she doesn't. So I set up her days to make sure she's not upset or anything. Because you best believe that it's going to be your fault if she's hungry. So you got to make sure you just know your subject, know the trends, the patterns, and act on them.
I probably need to take that advice. This morning I went to go to training. I left eggs in the fridge for Ella to cook for breakfast, but didn't tell her. So there was nothing for breakfast.
And that's not front loading.
So that's not front loading. So I need to take advice from that.
Carlo basically nailed it on the head. But if I could come at it from a different kind of perspective, I usually tell some of the boys the 2 for 1. That's what I call it. I said, Buzz, give the 2 so you can get the 1. What does that look like, Brandon? What does that look like to give the 2? Shout your missus, go to the sauna, babe. Go to the Alchemy sauna down at City Beach. Go take an hour or 2 to yourself. That's 1. Then the next day, say, babe, go do your nails. That's 2. So then you can go out with the boys on Friday night and it doesn't matter what happens because she had her 2 and you got your 1. So it's the 2 for 1.
That's some of the best advice.
That's actually great advice.
Honestly, mate, it changed my life.
Doesn't get better than that. And we'll move on to next question.
These have to... I'm choosing?
Smack about me. So I just saw
A fair few people.
Yeah, bro. There's a few people here. First steps.
Someone asked about you at Suns Districts.
My guy.
How you went through the process of becoming a professional athlete. That's a good one.
Just pick. Come on. Speed up. Just bang. Straight off the bat.
Hey, there's like 50 here, bro.
Yeah, and while we wait, we do have an Instagram. Please make sure you follow it. Subscribe, whatever, like all that stuff.
Beeps will never be a scrum half.
True. Yeah, do all that stuff, all that weird stuff, like, subscribe, all that, because the more support from you guys, the better. You got one? Come on. We want a time constraint here. Beeps was freaking out before. Oh, no, I only got 20 minutes to do this.
Mate, if you got kids, bro, you just take...
So let's hurry up then.
We could go through the process. This is hard, bro.
So, pick for you?
Yeah. But there's just so many options, man.
Top left, I feel like
I'm at Messina, bro.
Okay. So this is cool for Beeps because obviously you look at him, you take one look at him, he's like, hey, how is this guy a professional athlete? So, Beeps, how did you go through the process of becoming a professional athlete?
So originally I just played rugby for fun. I literally played just because the boys, down at Southern Districts, great club. My heart bleeds candy stripes. Anyways, I played for fun and I really enjoyed it. And then I realized that I was kind of somewhat half good at it. And then I just kind of stuck to it, mate. Like I just trained. I didn't do more than what the boys were doing. Once I identified that I actually kind of enjoyed the sport, I actually started to have a crack. But I actually wanted to be a youth worker. I wanted to be a youth worker helping out kids in juvenile justice, in the detention centres, all that stuff. That was my heart. And that's still my heart right now, what I want to do post-rugby. But it just so happened that I just kept playing footy. I started to train a bit more by myself, focused on my skill set. I only became a hooker when I was 19, which is quite late. That's why I can't really throw straight.
Was a scrum half before?
Yeah, I was a scrum half before. But yeah, I had to work really hard because a lot of boys that play hooker, because it's such a specialty position or specialized position, a lot of boys have years of experience. For me, like now looking at it, I've got over 10 years of experience. But at the time, I had to really catch up. So obviously going to the park, hitting up, throwing it at a pole, learning how to scrum, how to get my body height real low. And it's just doing the extras. And that's honestly the process for me. And honestly, it's so true when they say hard work beats talent, because that's the reality. But I think for me, what I've learned in my career is consistency beats all. Like if you can consistently show up and choose to want to be the best line-out thrower you can be, want to be the best defender, the best ball carrier, consistency will get you there. Not necessarily
preach it.
Not necessarily talent or hard work, because you can just work hard at running all day. It doesn't mean you're going to be a good hooker. You need to focus and be consistent with working on the skills that that sets you apart, that gives you the edge over other hookers or other flankers. You know what I mean?
Channel your energy into the right places.
I feel like if you just focus too much on the gym and you're benching 200 kilos, but yet you can't scrum, it's pointless. You know what I mean? So it's true when you have to figure out what sets me apart as a hooker from other hookers that makes me a better player. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Great. Do you want to answer this one as well, PG?
Yeah, well, so I grew up in a town born in Narangba, grew up in Leeton, called the Leeton Phantoms. I played them, great club. But played with them until I was about 12, and then went kind of did a little bit of rep stuff, nothing crazy, a bit of Brumbies, like little like under 12s and stuff, because it was closer to go to Brumbies than it was to go to Tars. And then did that, went to Kings, ended up going to Kings, and played there, just loved it, didn't really think about doing anything else, but played Gordon for reps. I was a flanker. Oh, by the way, I was a flanker my whole life.
It's good over the ball.
Yeah.
Turnovers.
I love being over balls.
This guy, I got a small loan of $1 million. Didn't even play rugby professionally. Just went to Kings.
Yeah. Well, I got a scholarship to Kings. I did not pay $65,000 a year to go to Kings. I paid like $200 a year. But
Must be nice.
Yeah. Grew up out there, then went to Kings, and then started taking rugby seriously around probably under 16s. I was like, I actually think I'm pretty good at this, so try to take it seriously. Unlike what Beeps was saying before, I kind of relied a lot on like natural talent. I was just lucky that I was pretty naturally athletic and kind of read the game well, and I just relied on that most of my career. And I went to Sevens the day after I got a contract with Aussie Sevens the day after I finished school, and I feel like the first 2 years were good. Like I kind of realised, what Beats was saying, that hard work only gets talent only gets you somewhere. Talent only gets you to a certain place. Like I was very talented, but I was honestly horrendous when I went to the next level, and I just started not enjoying rugby, and then realised how, again, Beeps has preached it, but being consistent and kind of seven teaches you a lot of things, and working hard's one of them. And went through that, went to the Olympics for sevens, and was stoked to do that. And then moved during COVID. I was a back rower, been a back rower, but never really been. I've always been told I wasn't big enough, but I don't know how that works because I'm bigger than Carlo. So whoever said that to me, like, thank you, but like, no thank you, like what happened? But then I had a lot of people tell me that I probably shouldn't, but I had one coach tell me that I should go to the wing, or like backed me to go to the wing, went to the wing, and my third ever game at the wing playing wing was for my debut at the Tars. Now this is my fourth year playing wing. I've played Wallabies, Aussie, and Barbarians and stuff.
Get it, dude. Jeez.
So I'm stoked. I'm keen. Like,
I love that you're proud of it, bro. I reckon it's
Yeah,
such a big
should
thing.
be, bro.
You're confident in what you've done.
But my first session for the Waratahs, I've never caught a high ball in my life because obviously I'm back row. Never caught one in my life. And then like we're doing a drill, a simple drill. Where you just box kick, I catch, and we shift. I was nowhere near catching a box kick. Like one was like 10 meters over there. I'm running over here. It's going behind. And then Darren Coleman, the coach at the time, was like, mate, I think you need to practice that. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. So I did it every single day. We'd do at least 10 high balls and all that kind of stuff.
I think Peachy is a perfect example of he had the talent, but he also works hard as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And like it does take time to kind of realize, oh shit, I'm really talented. Like, but if I work hard as well, I'm going to be better. And to be fair to you, bro, you come in every day with a mindset of getting better, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like always challenging what you're doing, and when you challenge it, I'm actually doing this really well. I'm going to double down on that, you know what? Or maybe I'm not doing this well. I'm going to change how I'm doing it. And I must say, like, you are very, very good at that.
You live it, bro. That's your life.
So yeah, shout out to you, bro. But one thing I would say, last fan question is both from Steve. It's kind of a joint thing.
Steve with the questions.
Bro, like, choose someone else, bro. Steve.
No, Steve's
hugging the questions.
From Maddington Toyota.
Oh, wait, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Where's that Mustang sign down?
Steve. Okay, for
He's only doing this because you hooked him up with a Hilux. That's the only reason why.
Steve from Maddington Toyota. The guys there, they're legends, especially Steve. So he's the man. He looks after the boys with cars. He asked two questions. He goes, how good the Hilux is? It is unbelievable. You guys have been in it. The JBL speakers, everything. It's unbelievable. Had to drop that in there. I'm very good at that. Just drop it in. Little subtle.
The Mustang's even better than the Hilux, Steve.
And that'll be my next one, apparently. But Dylan, I would love you to talk about the jersey you designed.
The Lions or the Force or the Tars. Pick your
exactly.
Poison,
well, mate, just maybe a bit of all three, and just kind of explain like the inspiration behind it. Like we don't need to get like too much detail, but I think it's really cool.
Yeah, the process of it.
The process. I think it's really cool that you've done that, and I think some people actually don't know. Like, dude, this guy's an artist. We got a painting right there in my house.
He's an artist.
Yeah, take it off. Take it off. Don't tear the wall. It might break. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'd love to hear more about that because I think it's something that people don't really know about.
Yeah. Oh, I started my business called Wawa. It means like growing and evolving boy in Wiradjuri, which is my language. But yeah, that artwork, I did a Lions tour artwork. So every Lions tour, they have a artwork that encapsulates the whole tour. Like when I went to South Africa, they had a really beautiful artwork as well. But they asked me to do it. And then in 2023, so it's just the whole process takes forever in terms of corporate and getting everything ticked off. But the whole process was it's actually probably one of the tightest schedules I've ever had. I did that whole artwork in 4 days. The whole tour artwork, that I don't know how many dots there are. I was actually on a Barbarians tour because we were on call for the World Cup in 2023, and we had a whole Barbarians team mixed with the Japanese players, and we were playing over there. And I was just literally up to like 4 a.m. on game day, dotting a billion dots trying to make this artwork. But I suppose the main inspiration was trying to encapsulate Australia, the waterworks, the baobab trees, gum trees, emus, everything into one.
It's beautiful.
You can look it up on the Lions site, like the whole artwork, because there were a few things in terms you can't commercialise Uluru, which I didn't know at the time, but then we had to change it up. So, but mostly everything you see in terms of lines, and you see all the Aboriginal artwork, that's from my initial design, which is pretty cool. And then now I'm able to I did the Tars one on the Tars jersey. I've done the Force one, which came out last week and sold out within like a couple of hours. That was awesome. And the Lions Wallabies jersey, which is pretty cool. And like my two things I wanted for my artwork was to be in a Wallabies jersey and to be in a plane. And I thought I was on a plane recently, but it's just like a run out thing. But if any of you are here, I want to be on a plane. But
We'll make that happen. We got the next.
Make it happen.
But that's pretty cool. So we're going to close that off. I think we've run over time. Like I said, we got no clue what we're doing. Beep's got to get to the fams. I got to get ready for this.
I've got to pick up a dress.
Yeah, so close out. We're going to miss the Eno quote of the week, but our next game when we play, my dad always sends me a quote, so we'll bring that in. We get Beeps to narrate it because he's bloody good at that. But yeah, so next episode, I think it's going to be the Force versus Lions. I think that'll be the game. If not, it'll be Wallabies versus Fiji.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, guys. Do all that weird stuff, like whatever.
Stay tuned.
Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed. And please send through feedback to the Insta Straight to 11 podcast. And shout out as well to our sponsor. I know, right? Sponsor, and we've already started. Pretty cool. V Squared Advisory. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.